In these difficult times, America needs a leader they can count on. And that leader is Pope Bob Iger. A Pope Bob Iger presidency means lower taxes, better schools, and Disney Plus for all Americans. He's already in the Vatican. Now, put him in the White House.
Hello, I am Pope Bob Iger. Not only do I want to be Pope, but I want to be your president. Vote for me or the Twitterati will cancel you and everyone you know.
When you cast your vote, vote for the one man who will make America the happiest place on earth. Pope Bob Iger.
I have Baby Yoda's vote. What about yours? I am Pope Bob Iger, and I am approving of this message.
Are you a family of 4 with more money than sense? Then why not plan your next vacation aboard the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser? Your journey begins being hauled away in a windowless truck as you experience what it's like to be held hostage. You'll enjoy such amenities as blue milk, green milk, line dancing. If you tell my force, my achy breaky force, I might blow up like Alderaan. Bingo! The Rey and Kylo lightsaber duel. Our not-so-spacious accommodations, the brig. And when it's all over, make a mad dash for daylight and freedom. The Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. All the atmosphere of Star Wars, except without any of the fun. Yeah, how much does this cost anyway for a family of 4? $6,000? For what, line dancing and bingo? You gotta be an idiot to pay that much. I could do 10 weekends in Vegas for that kind of money.
Fade out.
Captain's log, stardate 33-647.47. We've been orbiting a Class M gravitational anomaly for days. The Enterprise is crippled. We cannot go to warp because the parking brake is on. The straits have never been more dire. Pike exits the turbolift and sits down on the bridge. We will not fire our phasers because this is Starfleet. We do not leave people or aliens behind us, especially mushrooms. The crew falls in love with Pike. Pike does not notice that the crew has fallen in love with him. Here at Starfleet, we believe in compassion, service, sacrifice. Maybe God and science too. I believe in love. I am in love with a horse. Number 1 kicks his butt. Pike is confused and ethical. Back at the Academy, I Bixar Darks Zimdlif Dugubuk Piffle Bleak. The Universal Translator has malfunctioned.
Zirkvin Dobeep Jeglurg Zoop.
Brugdoffel kämpft Gleben Jerperp. The turbolift enters and the chief medical officer enters. Where is the captain of the space vehicle Enterprise? Pike is suddenly kidnapped by aliens. She's a single female lawyer in the city, who happens to be the cousin of one of the most powerful Avengers.
There's no competition for me because I'm the strongest, so it's just kind of like a different...
Oh, yeah, should let her think that, but...
No, not her. The other one. You know, the green guy. Now, after an accident, where they blatantly change her origin story to prevent her from being saved by a man, transforms her into the Jade Giantess, she'll remind you whose show this is in the first place.
Just remember whose show this actually is.
Yeah, like you were ever gonna let us forget it. She-Hulk. Meet Jennifer Walters, a high-powered LA lawyer who can't help questioning Captain America's sexual history.
Obviously, Captain America was a virgin. Did you see that ass? Like, that ass?
That is America's ass.
Did not deserve to die a virgin. It's like...
Gets sexually harassed outside a bar by a bunch of outdated male stereotypes.
Just being friendly.
Yeah, where you going? So,
Then wakes up in Mexico at Bruce Banner's tropical retreat, who then will take every opportunity to remind you how horrible it is to be a woman in the 21st century.
triggers are anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing.
When incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I can prove that's not the case.
More smiles.
When I'm catcalled in the street,
It's 2022. Where do you get catcalled? On your way from your office to Starbucks? Yeah, it must be hell going that whole 20 feet from the elevator to the counter. Then, after returning to her career as a high-powered deputy DA, she's attacked by the Jersey Shore and manages to defeat her in about 3 seconds. Well, that was anticlimactic. Tatiana Maslany stars in the show whose writers admit that they don't know how to write a courtroom scene in
lawyer show.
I Am Woman Hulk, Hear Me Roar. Literally. Maybe this would have been better if it wasn't written like a Twitter argument between two completely unlikable human beings.
Basically, I was right and Bruce was wrong.
Steve Rogers is not a virgin. Little punk. He lost his virginity to a girl in 1943 on the USO tour.
If this is the best the MCU now has to offer, then I hate to think what you have in store for Daredevil. Now, for the first time, you can own your very own Rings of Power. From the Kelleborn Smiths, we'll be sending you one per season. Molded to appear forged in the fires of Mount Doom. Made from the finest cubic zirconium, plastic, and metal that isn't measurably radioactive and won't turn your fingers green. Probably. Much. These can now be yours for 5 easy payments of $39.99.99 Elvish runes. Act now. Supplies are limited, because once the Dark Lord Sauron takes over, they'll all be gone, and you'll be his slaves. And just remember,
There's a tempest in me,
whose fault this actually is.
and it will not be quelled.
Coming up on the CW, it's prom night, and love is in the air.
Until it's time to throw down!
Sam and Miguel share a tender moment.
But look who's crashing the party!
Watch as young couples share a romantic dance.
And fight! And dance fight!
Be sure to watch an extra special episode
Of Kung Fu High Prom Night!
Afternoon, everybody. Hey, everybody. I'm in the morning to be NBC. I'm in the morning to be NBC. NBC. What's bad? What's good? I'm in the morning. We got Super Sales in the afternoon. We got Bob. That's my green floor. I'm in the morning to be NBC. WNBC. WNBC. I'm in the morning. How's everybody out there? I'm in the morning to be NBC. New York, WFAN. All right, it's enough of that. How is everybody doing? And I'm in the morning to be NBC. Oh, we got a big shoe for you today. Big shoe. Indiana Jones had its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. Sports. We got all kinds of stuff. First, as we always do before we start the show, let's check in on the cat cam. So we got, hold on, we got. So there's one of them. There's one of them. Okay. She's looking very aloof. Zabu.
Zabamofu. Hey, buddy. Oh, son of a bitch. Hey, buddy. Oh, here comes. And oh, we got all three of them here.
Miranda wants it too.
We got all three of them here. No, not that one.
What? Miranda wants something.
Hey, buddy.
Hungry. He's hungry.
He's hungry. They're always hungry. Hey, buddy. He's investigating the camera. And we got Larry Zabamofu. Hey, buddy. Look. Zabu. Yeah, there's no raisins in there, is there?
No.
So all three of them doing well. Miranda, buddy. Milk.
Oh, I like milk. I like milk.
He has had milk since probably he was a little kitten, huh?
Look at yummy.
What are you doing muscling and what?
Zabo.
Oh, Zabo. Okay. All right, we'll check back in on with them later. So big story actually is Indiana Jones becoming Indiana Joan. Know your place and stay in your lane, old man. We were warned that this was going to happen. We were warned. They trotted out Indiana Jones at the Cannes Film Festival in Paris because Top Gun Maverick premiered there last year, and to much acclaim, to rousing thunderous applause. Well, Kathleen Kennedy thought, well, I'll do the same exact thing, and I'll prove I know what I'm doing. Guess what? You didn't, and you didn't. You didn't again. Harrison Ford and Phoebe Waller-Bridge can't lift a film that is a depressing reminder of how much livelier past adventures were. Nicholas Barber. Gloomy and depressing final act. I don't want to say I told you so, but it looks like I'm going to be saying I told you so. KK gets canned at Cannes. That's right. Tis milk, damn it. Yeah, she must be going knucking futz, having 3 tentpoles failing within the week. Poob. It's pooberific. Yes. Fast X still at 54%. Indie Joan at 50. Yeah, that's a good point. As soon as we saw the critics scores, we said, oh boy, they're in big trouble here. Now listen, you can say Rotten Tomatoes is an aggregator. You can say Rotten Tomatoes only gives you an average, but the thing is this. Yeah, it gives you an average, but that average can be swayed. Whether it's through bots or through just, access or whatever, or even withholding certain reviews. I mean, just a sec. Hold on. I got to mute for a second here, guys. So, yeah, no, you're right. Anyway, you're right. I'll get to that in a minute. They will never fire her. She'll be allowed to leave, but they'll never fire her. Yeah, and Willow also got pulled from Disney Plus. They're saying that's offensive to the pulling it to the LGBTQXYZ LMNOP EIEIO family. Anything Kathleen stars in is box office poison. And to anyone disputes starred, all those British woke Mary Sue characters are herself. And so you're correct. You're absolutely been saying that for a few years now. Everybody is anytime you see a British woman with brown hair and a discernible accent, that is a stand-in for KK. Everything. They've all been stand-ins for KK. Oh, I want to see myself on screen, and I finally did it. Yeah, she's got Teflon panties. Well, you know what? Like, she says, she said.
Oh no! I just thought of. Oh, you know how I've been saying you see yourself on screen all this time.
Yeah.
It's all a thing for the VR. No, it's also Kathleen Kennedy who would never see herself in the movies, and it's all her way to get revenge.
This has all been revenge. This has all been about getting back at Spielberg and Lucas.
We're not putting her in the.
Yeah.
Oh,
She wanted, no doubt. I have no doubt she wanted to be an actress. She probably, no doubt, wanted to be an actress at some point, and didn't have the talent.
Dancing in Indiana Jones. Oh my God! This isn't about representing a woman of color or a person of ethnicity.
There are no women of color in Star Wars. It's all brown-haired British women, except for Reva. What did you say? You mentioned my name. Go away, Reva.
They're gonna call you racist.
Mr. MH agrees with you 100%. Yeah, this has all been. Did star from Dancing Routine. Yeah, she was in that. She was in that Temple of Doom thing. Yeah, she was one of the showgirls. So let me take you through this review here. And I got something related to that. Indiana Jones is back. It's been 34 years since the film was supposed to have been his farewell outing. It even had "last" in the title. And 15 years since he returned in Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But Harrison Ford has donned the brown fedora and leather jacket for a fifth and surely final time. On this occasion, though, he is 80 years old, 2 decades older than Sean Connery was when he played Indy's doddering dad in The Last Crusade. And the film isn't directed by the series co-creator Steven Spielberg, but by James Mangold. So Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny has the potential to be a disaster. The good news is that it isn't a disaster. It is a respectable, competent addition to the series. The bad news is that a disaster might have been more worthwhile. The Dial of Destiny takes a sudden, bold, and sure-to-be divisive swerve into the wacky, uncharted territory in its last half hour. But otherwise, it's like fan fiction, a tie-in video game, or a branded theme park ride, in that it's content to tick off everything you've seen in other Indiana Jones films already, but with little of Spielberg's sparkle. The feeling.
Just gonna yell at you. You forgot about Lando.
Oh, what did I forget about Lando?
We're talking about these new representations of different characters. He's like,
yeah,
he's not there because he's black. He's there because he's Billy Willis.
What I'm talking about, Chef, is she's letting me have it right now. She's letting me have it right now. I kind of do. I'm talking about the new Star Wars films. Yeah, there's Lando, there's Captain Panaka in the original, in the Phantom Menace. Yeah, I mean, listen, you want to ring me and tear me a new one, go right ahead. That was my oversight.
You meant the diversity characters.
Yeah, I mean, someone say diversity. You should go away, Reva.
Would you rather watch me roll a joint? ASMR joint packing.
ASMR joint packing, yeah. So I've been disowned by Chef now. Okay, yeah. Lando was there. Lando was a cool motherfucker. Come on, we all know that. I gotta spend the rest of the stream making it up to her. Okay, the feeling isn't that as exhilarating as you might have hoped. Creeps in during a prologue set in the dying days of World War II. Indy and his buddy Basil, Toby Jones, echoing Donald Elliott's bumbling Britishness, are trying to stop the beleaguered Nazis retreating to Berlin with a trainload of looted antiquities. And one that catches their eye is a handheld contraption constructed by Archimedes, bearing a distinct resemblance to the whatever that thing is, in Philip Pullman's The Golden Compass, Northern Lights. This steampunk instrument doesn't just use mathematics to predict storms and earthquakes, but fissures in time. Hence, the Nazi physicist Voller, Mads Mikkelsen, doing the Euro villain thing he does so well, is keen to get his hands on it too. Speaking of fissures in time, like more like fissures in your ass, Ford has been digitally de-aged to have a smoother face and thick brown hair than he had in Raiders of the Lost Ark, but he gives off the Uncanny Valley vibe of someone who isn't quite real. Yeah, the de-aging isn't perfect. Indeed, this overlong prologue doesn't just hark back to the train set piece at the start of The Last Crusade. It's reminiscent of Spielberg's performance capture in the performance capture Tintin cartoon, in that the narrow escapes are theoretically exciting, but are too obviously fake to set the pulse racing. What's worse is that when the film jumps forward to 1969, giggity, the heavily CGI unreality persists. Indy is now about to retire from a dispiriting teaching job in New York. There is no sign of the wife and son he had in the end of King of Crystal Skull. Shia LaBeouf may not be missed, but Karen Allen certainly is. Oh, so we're doing the broken hero trope again.
Let me do that. We called that one.
DEA agent for Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man sucks. I wonder if they can retheme the Galactic Star Cruiser as Guardians of the Galaxy. That made money. Yeah, that's actually not a terrible idea.
Just make it Marvel themed.
Yeah, make it Marvel themed. Make it Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, just make it Star Wars themed.
Well, make it Star Wars themed, but make it stuff people want to
do.
Yeah, make it stuff people want to see.
They don't want to go line dancing and play bingo.
Altheometer. I think that's how you pronounce it. Kathleen Kennedy is probably an actress for Frank Marshall in the bedroom, considering she probably likes women. I keep saying that, every time she goes to see Bob Iger says, hey, you're going to fix this. As I tell Frank every single night before bed, I'm not going down without a fight. Okay. Okay, where am I? In general, seems to be much of a relic as the ones like he likes on Earth. But then his goddaughter, Basil's Hardy, archaeologist's daughter, Helena, Phoebe Waller-Bridgerton, turns up to ask him about Archimedes' doohickey, which has been missing for decades, and which, wouldn't you know it, has been split into two pieces so as to add to the questing possibilities. Of course, Helena isn't the only person on its trail. Waller is alive and well and has been working for the U.S. government. Not that any satirical mileage is made of that. So soon the goodies and baddies are chasing each other through the usual caverns, temples, and dusty marketplaces of the Mediterranean basin. Like Ford's other so-called legacy sequels, Star Wars Force Awakens, this one brings back old characters. John Rhys Davies' Sawa has a pointless cameo, introduces new ones who are strangely similar to the old characters. Ethan Isidore plays a substandard copy of Short Round from Temple of Doom.
Oh, yeah.
They diversity the diversity. It has the air of film and has the air of a film passing the torch or whip to the next generation. But it does all of this in an even gloomier fashion than The Force Awakens did. I'm not sure how many fans want to see Indiana Jones as a broken, helpless old man who cowers in the corner while his patronizing goddaughter takes the lead. But that's what we're given, and it's as bleak as it sounds. We warned people. We warned you that this was going to happen.
You cannot Logan Indiana Jones.
No, you can't Logan Indiana Jones. You know what they did? They Han Solo'd him. Except the young Han Solo. Remember Solo? You didn't see Solo's Star Wars story. Oh yeah, remember he just sat around and did nothing.
Yeah.
And everybody else did everything around him. Besides, everything is smaller and cheaper than it was in the original trilogy, and he's up against the military might of the Third Reich in 1936. We could all get behind that. But Indy up against one scientist and his silent, interchangeable henchman in 1969, it's not such a big deal. Mangold and his team dutifully crank out the action sequences, but it's often hard to tell what's happening or why. And there's a shortage of surprising, rip-roaring moments that make you want to stand up and cheer despite the best efforts of John Williams' rousing classic theme. Take an early chase in New York, for instance. It's set during a ticker tape parade for the 3 astronauts who were on Apollo 11, the Apollo 11 moon mission. So you can imagine the hijinks that Spielberg might have cooked up some slapstick with Buzz Aldrin, or perhaps a giant papier-mâché moon rolling down Fifth Avenue like the boulder in Raiders of the Lost Ark. But Mangold and his team do so little with the parade that you wonder why they bothered staging it. This is... Yeah. It's the same with scenes in which Indy is face-to-face with some snake-like eels, and when he finds his way into Archimedes' tomb. The jokes, the zest, and the exuberance just aren't there. So instead of a joyous send-off for our beloved hero, we get a depressing reminder of how much livelier his past adventures were. Considering that the screenplay is credited to 4 writers, Mangold, David Koepp, and Jez and Henry Butterworth. Jez and John Henry Butterworth? Oh, okay, I guess. Couldn't they at least have thought of something cool for Indy to do with his whip? So he doesn't really. So he doesn't even really do. Know your place and stay in your lane, old man. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. We warned people. This was going to happen. I listen. If it was good, I would gladly. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, I may like it, but from the sound of it, it doesn't. Is the third Indy worth watching? I've never seen it. My cousin only had 1 and 2 and 4. Crystal Skull was terrible that I never watched it. Yes, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is very worth your while to watch. Sean Connery is very good as his father. Harrison Ford's a little older, but he's still Indy. It's actually very good. It's very, very good. Better than the Crystal Skull. There's a joke that you tell about that. Indiana Jones box set comes with 3 good movies and 1 complimentary drink coaster. Okay, okay. You ever hear about too many chefs ruin the soup? Same can be said about the writers. Well, listen. Occasionally you will have. Occasionally you can have a situation where someone comes up with a first draft. Okay, someone can come up with a first draft. Then you can read it. Okay, you know what? It's good, but we need to bring in. Maybe we can bring in someone else to punch it up a bit. You know what I mean? And, another writer may have ideas that you might not have thought of. He could add a little bit more polish to it. He may say, hey, you know what? This scene here, it's good, but, what if we maybe do it this way? So, okay, you know what? Sometimes when a script passes through a couple different hands, it gets better. This doesn't appear to be the case. What is I don't get the people's obsession with Logan, overrated. Yeah, Logan is one of those movies. It's kind of like The Dark Knight Returns in that the Dark Knight in that. Yeah, everybody gets obsessed with it, and then everybody tries to do it. I'm like, why can't you obsess over a movie like The Bad News Bears? Really? Why can't we have something like that? It's always something. Yeah, it's always something bad. Twilight, Logan. The Dark Knight. Listen, I like The Dark Knight just as much as the next guy, but we don't need to see every single movie be The Dark Knight. The Matrix. Last Crusade is a really good film. Better than Temple of Doom. Yeah, I liked it better. I mean, well, it's just such an interesting juxtaposition between Indiana Jones and his father. Because you think his father is this big influence on him. And he just turns out to be this little... Well, not an a-hole. He turns out to be this academic guy, this kind of, bookwormy kind of professor type. And, totally not what you expected. The biggest influence is the guy on the train. It's the guy on the train. Yeah. Logan was the last film for Wolverine in his timeline. Yeah. Of course, yeah, the broken... And I'm tired. I am sick to death of the broken hero trope. I hate the broken hero. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Andrew Helm. You're not wrong there. I am sick of the broken hero trope. We keep seeing it. We keep seeing, freaking, Spider-Man and Into the Spider-Verse, Luke Skywalker, Logan, now Indiana Jones. Enough of the broken hero trope. Stop. It's boring. And I especially took issue with the broken hero trope in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Peter Parker, the Peter Parker that they portrayed as mentoring Miles Morales. First of all, okay, listen, some people told me it was a dog whistle in my review, but what's on screen is what's on screen. Okay, Phil Lord co-wrote that movie, and he specifically wanted to do a Miles Morales movie, and he said, and killing the blonde hair, blue-eyed version of Peter Parker in that universe was their way of saying, look, see the traditional hero archetype? It's dead, and we killed it. We have a new diverse hero for you.
There's a whiny little bitch who doesn't want to be there.
There's a whiny little bitch who doesn't want to be there. And those first couple Spider-Man comics with Miles Morales, I gave it a fair shake. But he says, I don't want to be Spider-Man. Where? I don't want to be Spider-Man. You little turd. I'm like, you whiny little turd. Listen, and I keep saying that being a superhero would suck, but if you woke up with those powers overnight,
I get over it.
You'd be like, fuck, this is cool. Check it out. Worst broken hero was Han Solo. Yeah, deadbeat dad. The other thing, everybody's a deadbeat dad. Everybody's a broken hero. And it's kind of surprising from James Mangold, because James Mangold made Ford versus Ferrari. Ford versus Ferrari was a really good movie. No, it's based on a true story, but Ford versus Ferrari they could have taken some liberties with it, though. But Ford versus Ferrari was a really good movie, and it turned out it was really a father and son story. Guy's trying to provide, Ken Miles, he's trying to provide for his family. And he takes this dangerous job being a test driver for Ford.
Guys kind of like that, but it's not just providing. A lot of these guys just like the danger of it.
Well, he liked the danger of it. He was a racing driver, but still, he was 44 years old at the time. 44 years old. He could have gone and he could have went into a different line of work. He had his own business. He had his own garage. And he took this job test driving for Ford. And it was a very kind of, this kind of heartwarming father-son story. And yeah, I know that may very well be the exception because he had to pull from an existing story. And I noticed there was a lot of female reviewers, a lot of women reviewers who didn't like that movie. Why didn't his wife play a bigger part? Why didn't his mother play where was the wife? Well, the wife was off doing other stuff. I mean, she was the one that told him to take the job. I mean, that was the thing.
She wasn't the one driving the car.
She wasn't the one driving the car.
It wasn't about her.
It was about her. No, okay. I thought Naranja was eating the grass again. So, yeah. The other broken hero, James Bond was a broken hero. They turned James Bond into a broken hero.
I don't want to watch a bunch of whiny bitches on screen. I get enough of that on YouTube. Not you, but you know what I'm talking about.
Guardians of the Galaxy. This Guardians of the Galaxy was actually pretty good. It was because Peter Quill wasn't a broken hero. Was Peter Quill? No, Rocket wasn't a broken. He was trying to save his buddy, Rocket. Peter Quill he was willing to move heaven and earth to save his buddy, Rocket. Come on. That's admirable. He wanted a family and he found one with the Guardians. It's why Miles Morales will never be as good as Parker. Hope you haven't seen what they did to him in comics recently, Parker. Did they make him a fat, tired loser? I saw them. You're not the real Spider-Man. Where was the wife? Probably in the kitchen since it was the 60s. That's actually good.
Really?
Yeah. The story wasn't about the wife. It was about Ken Miles. It was about Carol Shelby. And it was about his son. Yeah, well, the son played an important part. Is that it gave him a motivation to do what he did. You know, but like I said, we warned people that this was going to happen. And listen, speaking of warning, I mean, listen. Here we go. I came across this article here. 5 years later, Solo wasn't a failure, but a warning. This coming week marks the 50th anniversary of Solo: A Star Wars Story. The film is a commercial disappointment. It's also critically a step down from the previous 3 Star Wars movies: Force Awakens, Rogue One, and The Last Jedi. Oh God. I don't even count Last Jedi as a Star Wars movie. I don't even count any of these as Star Wars movies. You keep telling me they're Star Wars movies. I don't believe you. There's nothing about these that says Star Wars. Peter in the comics now has an ancient god having manipulated him and MJ into splitting up. It's pretty obvious the other guy and children MJ is with are the gods doing, but it's a tad cucky. Yeah, I saw they killed off Miss Marvel. No great loss. And nothing of value was lost. Yeah, she had it coming. That stupid face. Mr. Khan. Sorry, my name is Peter Parker. I'm afraid your daughter is dead. Oh, good. That little bitch never listened to me anyway. Oh, no. Oh, I want to be a superhero. Oh, no. I want to be a superhero. I want to go wear the tights and be like the white woman. No. Can you do the Ms. Marvel music in honor of her? Let's see what I can do. Hold on. Let's see what I can do. Background music. Here we go. I can add background music. Add music. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Hold on. Oh, no. I miss Marvel. Oh, no. Hold on. Where the heck is... Is this it? I think this might be it. Hold on. Let me see if I can play that. Hold on. Let me see if I can play with media player. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, that's close enough. Close enough.
It's got more of a beat to it.
Oh, still. Hold on. There we go. Oh, yes. Oh, Miss Marvel. Oh, yes. I'm Miss Marvel. Look at me. I'm being heroic. I'm being super heroic. Oh, look at you now. You're dead. My daughter is dead. And what do you do? You're Peter Parker. Oh, but you're good boy, Peter Parker. I like you. Okay, I don't blame you. I blame that stupid that I will see you next Tuesday of a daughter of mine. Right? Yeah, she died and nobody knows. Nobody cares. What is? I said, you know, you're going to be a superhero and you're going to help people at the funeral. Okay, who shows up? Who shows up again? Oh no, you think Iron Man show up? No, Iron Man no show up. You think a Black Panther show up? No Black Panther show up. No Black Panther. And you think the Captain America show up? The Captain America, he no show up either. He busy. He too busy. He real superhero. He has real thing to do. Who shows up? The stupid white woman show up. The woman, the cheese lady. What is her name? Formaggio? I don't know. She show up with a little hoochie mama. Like, what? You got my daughter killed. I hope you are happy. I hope you are happy, lady. And what does cheese woman say? It is not my fault. I told her to be. You are diverse. You have to be hero now. And they say, what diverse? You have blonde woman. How is that diverse? I don't understand. Oh, it is right, yes. One is kind of redhead, but you know, she doesn't have blonde to her. Diverse. Blonde, redhead, redhead. Pepper Potts is a blonde.
Oh yeah, she blonde and she wore the Iron Man armor, but you just then she leave a Tony Stark and says, you are a bad woman, bad woman. Yes, that's ScarJo. Oh, I like this ScarJo. Oh, I like this ScarJo. Oh, that outfit in the first movie. Oh, Vishnu. Oh, that is something. Yes, she has nice push on that one. Yes. But back to my daughter. Now I'm stuck with funeral bill. What am I going to do? I'm just honest man making honest pay. The falafel cart is not going to pay for this. Maybe Tony Stark can help me out. I don't know. I said, Tony Stark, can you help me? My daughter was stupid and now she's dead. He says, I'm very sorry. Don't worry. Take care of this. I'll take care of this. Still waiting. Stark is still worse than U.S. government to make you wait forever. Yes. This is my favorite jam of all time. Yes. Yes, but you know who's not going to hear this? Daughter's not going to hear this because look at me, I'm Miss Marvel. I'm Big Fisty. The Shlomo man calls you Fisty McGee. Yes. The Shlomo man didn't like you either. Why couldn't the Shlomo man like you? Because you're an idiot, that's why. Yes, the Shlomo man. The Shlomo man is being very racist on the YouTube. Somebody got to turn him in. Somebody got to turn and say, "Dad, you're very racist. You are a bad man, Shlomo." I says, but the Shlomo man said, but Mr. I didn't like your daughter either. We have that in common. And you admit you're a spy. And that is the end of music. Yes. Oh, the music started over again. Now I can keep this bit going. Okay. Oh, this bit is running too long. Okay, that's it. Oh, okay. Mr. Khan, everybody. Mr. Khan's my new character. Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan. Oh, this Shlomo man. He's a good man. He's a good man. I'm going to be on his podcast. Yes. I'm going to be there. He's like the dynamist. I like him. In some ways, so should I even just keep continuing with this? I doesn't care. I don't care. Oh God. Oh God.
You can do a pee test to see if you're high.
Should I take the pee test?
I think you should.
I gotta pee on the stick.
Yeah, you gotta pee on the stick. Everybody in chat, do you want him to see if he's high?
Do you want me to take the pee test to see if I'm high? Weirdest part about Ms. Marvel is dying is she's barely in this run so far. I like if Howard the Duck died. It'd be like if Howard the Duck died in Guardians of the Galaxy. Mr. Khan and Black Shaggy go to a strip club. Oh, yes, I'm going to see the titties. I get to see big American titties. Oh, yes, you saw them last night. Versus Black Shaggy. Now there's Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan's a great character. Yes, as the Shaggy Man says, that is right.
You're so racist.
And I'm canceled again.
I'm gonna murder you.
And I'm canceled again.
I'm gonna murder your face off, and you'll never be able to work at Chick-fil-A because you're a racist. And I'm like totally telling, and I'm gonna post that. And I'm gonna post that so everybody knows how racist you are. Okay, all right. Well, let's keep going with this. Fast X or Fast 10 or whatever the hell you want to call it. No, we don't. So somebody had to call Brie Larson up in between mimosas, day drinking, and Adele concerts to hear the news. Fast X is open to a soft 67.5 million. I think it was projected to do 70 million. But yeah, so fast crap. Everyone loves Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan's a cool character. I like Mr. Khan. Oi, we are living in the future, my friend. Oh yes, we're living in the future. You know, yes, I'm living in the future. You know what else is in the future?
Knows who's not in the future? My daughter, because she's dead. That's why. Fast 10 drops the taco at the box office. They dropped a taco at the box office. Yes, she's in Fast 10. We got all right. We got some sports news. We got a little sports news. I want to do some sports news. Sports. So, Brittany Griner. I don't know if you know that she tried to smuggle pot into Russia.
And everybody hates her because she's a dude.
Yeah. Well, anyway, she came back and they, them, whatever the hell she was calling herself. Crowd size for Brittany Griner's WNBA return baffles coach. How was it not a sellout? You know why? You know why it's not a sellout? Because nobody gives a shit about women's basketball.
That's like going to Megan Rapinoe's game. She's hated by the people who hate the activist SJWs, Rob.
They're going to make another Fast and Furious. Yeah, they're going to keep making these movies until they make
money.
So, you know,
Until they come around and make money again.
I mean, there's that Family Guy clip. You know, the one guy, yay! That's the crowd for women's basketball. Bill Burr, listen to me. I'm me being 100% serious. Okay, I remember when this freaking league was started. You didn't sell out then. Crowds have gotten worse. Phoenix Mercury were on the road. The season, okay, yada, yada, yada. Griner NBA had 18.6 rebounds and 4 blocks. You know what we called that in the regular NBA? Tuesday. 18.6 rebounds. 4 blocks, 2 assists, 96. Phoenix is 97, 90. They actually, really, the WNBA team scores 94 points. That's a miracle in itself. She missed all of last season because she was jailed in Russia on a drug conviction charge. She returned to the U.S. in December as part of a prisoner swap for arms dealer Victor Bout. Because there was a return, Mercury head coach Vanessa Nygaard is expecting much fuller arena. I mean, it was great, but honestly, come on, LA. We didn't sell out the arena for BG, Vanessa said. I expected more, to be honest.
You would sell the arena if she was giving you BJs. Really?
No, really. Yeah. Free BJs, line up. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Right, it was great. It was loud. But how is it not a sellout? Because nobody wants to go to these fucking games. Is that Julius Randle? What's going on? Griner was said it was nice to be back, but what? What? Brittany Griner, yeah.
Yeah, nobody's going to sell out the game for BG. That's because nobody will sell out. They're lining up.
Yeah, 18 points and 6 rebounds. You traded the Lord of War for an athlete not much better than me. For 18 points, that's what the trading an international war criminal gets you. Martina wants to know why there are men in women's basketball league. I think he's gonna let trans. That's a man, baby.
Is that even a trans? Is she trans?
No, she's not trans. No.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen the goods, but I'm pretty sure she's not trans.
I just assumed she was because they all are now.
The arena could fit about 19,000. And about 10,000 people came to the game. That's actually a good crowd for women's basketball in America, according to ESPN. No, really, 10,000 is a good crowd. Yeah, they average around 3 or 4. People came to the game according to ESPN. The Sparks' average attendance is more than 5,600. The team finished 13-23 last season, haven't been able to play off since 2020 and the coronavirus impacted season. Yeah, nobody goes to the freaking games to begin with. You really look. Hey, how you doing? Hey, it's good to be back, coach.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back, coach.
Oh my God, you're such a transphobe. I'm
not a
reporting
transphobe.
you.
I'm not.
I'm reporting you to YouTube, Rob. Oh my God.
If she,
Reported.
if she looked any more masculine, she'd be Terry Crews.
Reported.
I see a black guy in the stands.
Reported, Rob. Oh my God, you're so reported.
Hey, don't make me pull out the Mr. Khan voice.
You are so reported, Rob. Oh my God. Reported.
No way she is a woman. She does not look like it at all. Yeah, nobody. Yeah, it's a secret. Nobody likes women's basketball in America. The people who own the teams, the regular NBA owners own the women's teams. They want to give the teams back to the league because they're such a financial drain. The league won't let them. Bree should teach people teach people tongue tricks. You mean I gave up? See, even Chef's saying that's a man. Oh God. Oh God, that's how ridiculous this is.
Oh my God, you are so transphobic.
I'm so trans. Hey man,
You
yeah.
are so transphobic. Oh my God, I hate you so much.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna literally end you.
So
I'm posting this right now and tattling.
You're tattling. Nobody likes to tattletale. All right, so there you go. So Brittany Griner, not what?
Not a woman. Woman or not? That's my next thing. Woman or not? Is this a woman or a trans woman?
So, okay. Oh, fuck the Boston Globe.
Woman or not?
So yeah. Okay. So yeah, they're not moving. So okay, Chef. This is actually from your neck of the woods. The Arizona Coyotes have lost in their effort to get a new arena built. Public vote was held. The measure was shot down, and they are currently stuck in Mullet Arena it's actually called Mullet Arena at the University of Arizona, at Arizona State University. Who knew that Arizona State University had a hockey program? Jeez. So they're stuck in the Mullet Arena where they're not selling out 5,000 seat capacity venue, and they are a laughing stock of the league.
You know, let's go see the college games if you want.
Yeah, that's true.
They're way cheaper than.
Well, the season's over. College.
Well, which season for which sport?
Hockey.
Hockey. Oh no, I mean like the baseball or football.
Well, baseball season runs through May.
Yeah, for college football.
Future of the Coyotes seems in flux. Now I've been hearing they've been moving to. There's several cities that appear to be on the table. First of all, for anyone who thinks they're moving back to Hartford, there's gonna be another team in Hartford. Yeah, get your head out of your ass. That's never happening. Hartford is too small a market, and there's no TV coverage. And you're sandwiched between two major cities, Boston and New York. You're not going to, and you have a fourth team in New Jersey, the Jersey Devils. Yeah, so you're not going to have Jersey. You're not going to have Jersey, Boston, Hartford, and New York. And there's another team. There's the Islanders. There's also the Islanders you have to contend with. So you're splitting the market 5 ways. That's a good question, Anthony Way. Quebec, I hear a lot of people talk about Quebec, but here's the problem with Quebec. Quebec is smaller market than Winnipeg, and Quebec also doesn't have the corporate clientele base that they need to sell skyboxes, and the TV market is way too small. Here's the thing. You have to make money before you step onto the ice /field in these sports.
I'm going to use an example. It's not a good example, but I'm using an example. The New York Yankees make $500 million even before they sell a ticket. So yeah, just between radio, TV contracts, advertising, merchandise, and stuff like that. And Gary Bettman wants national names for teams. He wants national recognition for teams. He wants people who live in, say, in Boise, Idaho, to be buying a New York Islander cap or whatever. Well, that's the thing. He wants national recognition he wants national brands for teams, because now you have cable packages, you have satellite packages that you could follow a team from anywhere. And they're going to structure the blackout rules to have that be a little bit better. The problem with Quebec, Hartford, is that you have two very small markets. Okay, yes, they have a history there, but they're two very small markets. Hartford is only 130,000 people at the most. You're not going to make a whole lot of money being in Hartford. And I'm sad to say, unless you can get some corporate sponsorships, you're not going to make a whole lot more money in Quebec. And the Canadians aren't going to like having another team enter the into the area after having it to themselves for almost 20 years. No more taxpayer for charity professional sports team. It's corporate welfare. Actually, that brings us to Houston, actually. Now, the leading contender seems to be Houston and, believe it or not, Salt Lake City. Gary Bettman would like to keep the Arizona Coyotes in Phoenix or close to Phoenix. But he knows this is going to be difficult because he wants the team to have their own arena. He wants the team to have ownership of an arena or stake in ownership in the arena. He sees advantages to that, and that you don't have to sign a lease, okay? And that you don't, and you all the merchandising and skybox revenue and that sort of stuff. It's just more profitable. It's just a better situation. So he wants the team to have their own arena, or he wants somebody to step in and probably purchase the team and move it into their arena. So, okay. So that leaves Houston, Salt Lake City, and I've heard Kansas City and Milwaukee. Milwaukee, listen, I really don't understand why Milwaukee doesn't have a team. Big enough market. I mean, they do well at basketball. I don't see Portland getting a team. But Milwaukee actually makes more sense because then you have a geographic rivalry with Chicago and with Minnesota. So Milwaukee does make some sense. Kansas City, you would get a rivalry with the Blues. But there is the problem of that it's a smack dab in the middle of the country. Kind of far removed from everything. Listen, I'm not knocking on Kansas City. I've never been there, obviously. Yeah, Kansas City might be a very fine town, but generally it's tough for a team in Kansas City to hold on to players, any team, unless it's football. But it's football, it's once a week. Baseball is a little bit different, you know. It's a small market. It's night in, night out. And football's revenue structure makes it possible for a team to compete. There was a similar situation to this in Australia. The Australian Football League wants Tasmania to have their own football team. However, Tasmania's population is small and they need to build a 40,000-seat stadium. Yeah. So that leaves Houston. Now, Houston's a city of 4 million. Houston's a pretty big TV market. Houston has the corporate base it needs. However, the problem with Houston is they would be playing in the Toyota Center. The Rockets own the Toyota Center. and they would have to sign a lease with the Rockets. So they'd have to work out something where the team would go in there. But Gary Bettman is actually, he wants the team to stay in Arizona. So we're going to have to see how this is going to shake out. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. But we know that Quebec is off the table. We know Hartford's off the table. So I think it's going to be Houston. I don't see Salt Lake City being a contender. Salt Lake City might get an expansion team somewhere along the line. There's also talk of Atlanta. Atlanta had two teams previously, the Flames and the Thrashers. The Thrashers are now the Winnipeg Jets. But they're willing to try it again in Atlanta. They want the league to have a presence in warmer weather areas. The Tampa Bay Lightning do pretty well. And the Florida Panthers do pretty well. The Sharks do pretty well. The Kings the Kings have been there forever in LA. Nashville does well. Carolina has new ownership. They're doing really good. Dallas does. Dallas is in the Western Conference Final. And hell, take a look at the Vegas Golden Knights. The community has really rallied around that team. So there is a case to be made for a warmer weather, for teams in warmer weather. All right. So, yeah, will they be called the Book of Mormon if they move to Salt Lake City? I don't know. Once in a while, you'll hear San Diego creep in about this. Oh, yeah, put a team in San Diego. Yeah, that's been tried before. So it doesn't work. All right. So anyway, so that's the Canes can't catch break an OT. That's right. Dallas are still in the playoffs. Yeah, Dallas are in the playoffs. Think of the rivalry we would have with Dallas and Houston. That would be pretty cool. What a basketball player girl wants in the bum. Oh, just put it in there, your dick will snap off. Okay, so anyway, so we got so that's about sports news. Hockey is still in full swing. We got the Dallas Stars and the Vegas Golden Knights. We got the Canes also in the playoffs. Canes and the Bruins, I believe. All right, so let's move on to animal news. Animal news. We got your animal news. Speaking of animal news, let's check in with the cat cam. Checking cat cam momentarily. There's the kitty sniffing around. What are you sniffing there? Timmy. Cat's fishing around for something. All right, so there's one of the kitties doing well. Who would have thought the NHL's Final Four would be Dallas, Vegas, Florida, and Carolina? Yeah. Back in the 70s, that's unthinkable. All right, let's do some animal news. Have I seen the beluga whale retrieving a person's drop phone in the water? No, let's take a look at that. Beluga whale phone. Oh, look at that. Beluga whale returned a woman's phone. Oh, look at him. He's so cool. Okay, we'll also do this story. And that is actually very adorable. Oh, Dimmy. A beluga whale that was originally thought to be a Russian spy was caught on camera returning a woman's phone after she dropped it in the water. Oh, this is from a couple years ago. A beluga whale wearing a GoPro harness is seen in Norwegian waters. April 26, 2019 is still image taken from a video obtained on social media on April 30th, 2019. Jorgen Reweeg. Blue whale is seen hanging out around Norwegian port city of Hammerfest. Retrieved a woman's cell phone after it was dropped in the water. The beluga, which was originally believed to be a Russian Navy asset, has gained attention for its increasingly friendly interactions with locals. In a recent video, the whale can be seen retrieving a woman's phone after she dropped it in the water. Since April 26, a suspected Russian spy has been hanging around the Norwegian port city of Hammerfest. The spy also just happens to be a beluga whale. The beluga first drew attention of the Norwegian fishermen after it kept popping up and following them around in their boats, reported in the Washington Post. Fishermen noticed that it was wearing a harness, later found to contain the inscription, Equipment St. Petersburg. Even though Norway's Police Security Service, PST, assures Washington Post that the whale was not a suspect in their investigation, speculation remains that the animal has been trained by the Russian Navy. Whether or not this is true appears if the whale has clearly been trained under the care of humans for a good long time, said Catherine Kinsman, co-founder of the Canadian Whale Stewardship Project. The beluga's odd behavior has certainly made it an international superstar. Whereas white belugas are generally shy around people, this particular one is acting out of character for its species, seeming to completely adore the attention it's getting. The Hammerfest celebrity is allowing residents to pet, feed, and take selfies with it. That includes Ina Mansika and a group of her friends. According to the Dodo, she wanted to see the beluga herself, and she learned firsthand just how eager to please the animal can be. We laid down on the dock to look at it and hopefully get a chance to pat it. Ina Mansikas told the Dodo, I had forgotten to close my jacket pocket and my phone fell in the ocean. We assumed it would be gone forever until the whale dove back down and came back a few months later with my phone in its mouth. You can see the sweet moment here. Oh, okay, let's take a look. Here he comes. Here he comes. That's a good boy. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Hey, they call them sea canaries. This is the high-pitched squealing they make. There you go. Oh, that's adorable. Everyone was so surprised. We almost didn't believe what we saw, she continued. I was super happy and thankful I got my phone back. According to the Dodo, the beluga's act of kindness proved pointless. The water damage ruined her phone by the time she got it back. However, Mansika is still expressed her gratitude towards the beluga. I love it, animals. The whale is so kind. Norwegian officials are currently trying to figure out ways to save the beluga. Jorgen Reweeg, an official at the Norwegian Directorate of Fisheries, told the Washington Post that one possible option is to move the beluga to a sanctuary in Iceland since it might not survive in the wild. So there you go. Mr. Beluga. Yes, they do. They do some incredible things. And that's just downright adorable. So there you go. Beluga whale becoming man's new best friend. And we're going to go and we're going to do another animal story. Cute squirrel goes viral for learning how to ring a bell and get a treat. Berkeley, California, CNN squirrel getting attention for being able to ring a bell. I heard this ringing noise and I was like, what's going on? Eleanor Baskovich, a microbiologist at the University of California, Berkeley, said, my coworker was like, oh, we taught the squirrel to ring a bell. Grad students and researchers at a Berkeley microbiology lab said they have been feeding a squirrel who visits them at their window ledge, and recently they trained it to ring a bell when he arrives to get a treat. They named him Cliver after the famous microbiologist Albert Cliver. Online posters have been smitten with the animal after the team shared videos of him ringing the bell, while others have said he should get more than just an almond for a treat. I think we don't want the squirrel to rely on us as a main source of food, said Baskovich. The team said they trained Cliver by making the bell ring when he begged. And if he happened to strike the bell waving his paws, he got a nut. Now lab workers appear to be at the service of the little guy when he visits. So let's see. Do we have video of Cliver the squirrel? Let me see. Let's see if we have video of the squirrel. Squirrel goes viral for ringing a bell. Yeah, here we go. Learning how to ring a bell. Okay, here we go. Oh, there he is. There's Cliver the squirrel. And okay, we're going to share that screen. We're going to share the screen here. Okay, Cliver the squirrel. Okay, there he goes.
California squirrel have in common with these humans?
This is from CNN.
I heard this like
a person squirrel.
There he goes.
I heard this like incessant ringing noise, and I was like, "What is going on?" And my
Okay, so the squirrely,
coworker was like, "Oh, we
get a
taught the
copyright
squirrel
claim
to
on these,
ring the
but,
bell."
Grad students and researchers at
Look
the
at- there he goes.
Berkeley
I want the nuts.
Microbiology Lab
I want the nut. I want the nut. I want the nut.
enjoy feeding a
The
squirrel.
squirrel
It
would
comes to their
take it out of our
window
hands.
ledge, but recently they trained the squirrel to ring the bell to get a treat.
There he goes.
They named him Cloyver after a famous microbiologist, Albert Cloyver.
And he gets the nut.
Online post.
Okay, squirrel getting the nut. You know the old saying, just a squirrel getting the nut. Aussie man captures emu. Emu slip and slide. Oh, wait, hold on. That's interesting. Emu slip.
Yeah,
and
don't do that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see if it's bad. Don't. Yeah, just don't.
Okay, well, I'll have to evaluate it for next time.
Yeah, don't. I don't trust them. All right. I don't want to hear catching of it.
So here we go.
Posters were smitten, though someone cried.
There goes.
He
There's
only gets
Clover,
one
and he only gets one almond after all that.
I think we don't.
To strike the string, waving his paws, he got
So there's
a nut.
Clover.
But the peanut gallery complained, lower the bell. Jeez.
Oh,
They not only lowered the string, they gave the squirrel a step stool
he
mug.
gives
I lengthened the string. You know, I caved to the criticism a little bit.
Oh, that's so adorable. There you go. Squirrel's getting a nut.
Genie Mouse, CNN. New.
So happy news for Squirrel World. Happy news. That squirrel's a spy. Feed me, Seymour. Okay, so we're running up on hour 12. It's time. Listen, not only do I do current headlines, but I subscribe to a news service that sends me headlines from the future. Special news service. I subscribe to it. I think a couple other people subscribe to it. So right now, we're going to do headlines from the future. So headlines from the future. We go first. Headlines from the future. Hollywood. Kathleen Kennedy to produce Indiana Jones 7. Still convinced it's a good idea. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy said from an undisclosed location that she intends to produce Indiana Jones 7, this time starring Daisy Ridley and Phoebe Waller-Bridge. When asked why she was going ahead without Harrison Ford, the embattled film executive said, "You're just a toxic man." Headline from the future. Another headline from the future. Crews rescue Lizzo, trapped in her own house. Singer Lizzo had to be rescued by crews who cut away the wall of her $12 million mansion as the performer has become so obese she can no longer pass through the bedroom door. Lizzo said in a statement, "I'm the standard of beauty now. Where's that burger I had over here?" Sometime after, the singer exploded. And finally, headline from the future. Yeah, these take a second to load, so just bear with me. Finally, headline from the future. Scientists find planet that will support human life. Astronomers working for NASA have discovered an Earth-like planet they claim has potential to support human life. The planet, called Anusa Minor 12, is approximately 15,000 light years from Earth. Scientists are confident that with the proper amount of research and funding, they can shave at least 2 hours off the trip. So there you go. There's headlines from the future. Lizzo, the singer kaiju. Yeah, she's a kaiju now. Okay, so there you go. There's N.A.P.S. Everybody, I want to thank everybody for showing up. Let's check in with Naranja one last time. Naranja, buddy. Naranja, buddy. Naranja. Where do you go? Naranja, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. And he just blew right past me. Ranch, buddy. There he goes. There he goes. Hey, buddy, look, buddy. Look, you're on TV. Look. Okay. There is Naranja. Hey, buddy, come on. All right, there you go. Up here, buddy. Look. Okay, he's distracted. He wants to play with the camera. Isn't that adorable? All right, everybody. That will do it for N.A.P.S for this Sunday. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Mr. MH. Thank you, Rascally Rabbit. Thank you, Holocron. Thank you, Holocron Records. Thank you, Clint Matthews. Thank you, Greg Kirby. Thank you, Senior Six. Thank you, Chef Nation. Thank you, Clint Matthews. Thank you, Briscoe Bob. Thank you, Phone Box Chicken. Thank you, Briscoe Bob again. Thank you, Greg Kirby again. Thank you, Andrew Helm. Thank you, Marty McFly. Thank you, Michael Bashirs. Thank you, Shinseki Evan. Thank you, Rekka Wolf. That's a new name, Rekka Wolf. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Razvan. Thank you, Rekka Wolf again. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Chef Nate. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Poob. Thank you, MechaMan42. Thank you, Cesario Japan. Everybody, thank you for showing up. I can't do this without you. If I did, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense because I'd just be talking to myself. Yes, you are. Everybody, have a good rest of your Sunday. Have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good whatever you're having. Everybody, thank you. I will be back possibly with more. They've updated Jedi Survivor with yet another patch. Yes, yet another patch. So we'll be testing that out. And everybody, have yourself a good day, evening, night. No drinking, no driving. Want to see you back here next week. And as always, yes, we're gonna shove. Realize, yes, we're going to shove me Larson up my backside. Shove me Larson up your backside. Let me go to school in the light bulb. Let me go to school in the light bulb. So, okay. Everybody have a good day. And as always, we'll catch you next time. Okay. Catch you next time, everybody.